Let's go. When I say Kalalali Abashim, Yawashai Bashim, Kodash, the honest to the apostles of Great Millstone. Shalom to all the brothers in the highway and Bible preaching this word in sincerity and in truth with much honesty. Shalom. Yeah, shalom. I was watching this video, you know, by a Rasta camp in the Blue Mountains basically, and they are dealing with food security in the time of COVID-19. You know what I mean? Basically, they are making preparation for the tribulation that is coming, as the Rasta priests say. You know what I mean? But the thing is, there is no way, because I'm claiming that I'm reading the Bible and I believe in the Bible, there is no way you can prepare yourself from what is coming, seeing, by doing something carnally, you know what I mean, to escape the day that is coming, man. It's not gonna work. All bases are covered. There's only one escape, and the Heavenly Father, through His Spirit, saying prepare only one way to escape the day. There's nothing you can do, and we're gonna show you that every base is covered, man. You know what I mean? Because all preparation you are making, you know what I mean, you're basically setting yourself up to fall into the trap that the Lord set, man. Yeah? The Lord is about to prove that there is only one Savior. You know what I mean? So no man now will save themselves, man. Yeah? And we're going to show you how the Lord say you're going to save. And how you're going to not save. Right. You know what I mean? So I'll play the video, hear what the money I say, and then we'll go into the scripture and tell you the way how it is, man, because we are the prophets, not these men claim them are the prophets. So you know, we'll show you them a prophet of doom, you know. Well, anyway, continue.
Considered one of the most beautiful places on earth, the scenic Blue Mountains, which stands 2,256 meters or 7,402 feet high, is home to more than 500 species of plants, the world's second largest butterfly, and proud maroons. It's also home to a communal group who have turned their backs on traditional society, are living off the grid and have returned to nature. Called the Haile Selassie School of Vision, or Rasta Camp, their spiritual leader, Dermot Fagan, a controversial figure. Fagan is seen as a priest by followers and a prophet. But in some corners of society, he's at best an eccentric recluse. I took the physical and spiritual journey into the Blue Mountains to meet with the self-styled diviner who has reportedly been prophesying about the coronavirus or COVID-19, which has since March 30 taken more than 30,000 lives globally.
We know that when the mark is upon us, can you see, Revelation 14, verse 9 and 10 says, and the third angel sounded the trumpet. We don't mean poof, 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 word, sound, and power. Woe be unto the inhabitants of the earth, right here this planet, that have received the mark of the beast. His image, which is the Jesus that they put up, that is Lucifer, and his power is a pentagram. I don't afraid to...
Which basically, the image is the image of Jesus. That's just a part. That's just a part of it, man. Right. You know, it's a whole system. You know what I mean? Which basically this man basically institute, man. So you know, not deal with just one image of one man, no.
It's not a literal image.
You know what I mean? We have an entire system where go more vast than just religious, man. Right. You know, more than just religious, man. Yeah?
Matter of fact, what he might believe in is a part of the image, yo, the whole Haile Selassie movement and Rastafarianism. That was all conjured up, yo. You see me?
I speak now to the whole world that want to hear this truth. You see, his time is coming to an end. So that is why it is necessary for all the plagues. It is necessary for COVID-19 now. You know why? It is a sophisticated plan by the Illuminatis for world depopulation. Why do I say world depopulation? What are the characteristics of Lucifer? His characteristics are, he come to steal. That is why I tell the people that is Jesus in J-E-S-U-S, a man named Jesus. Steal, kill and destroy. So we look at Coro 19 to see it is destructive work, and the purpose for that is to cut down the numerology of humanity. Why? They have said that by 2030 there won't be sufficient food to supply the world.
Right. Okay. 2030. So obviously him have an idea of Agenda 2030.
Right.
But based off of what he's doing, him don't understand fully what Agenda 2030 is about. And that's what we're going to explain. We maybe can go a little bit into it in this lesson, because we really want to focus on one aspect of the thing in this lesson. We do other lessons concerning the agenda. But hey, if time let be, or the Lord or the Spirit let be, you know, we go more in depth into the agenda, that you could understand the type of vision that these men have. You know what I mean? Because even if, I strongly believe that even our politicians still don't understand the vision.
Right.
You know? Because, hey, I'm sure enough for them, you see, go along with the vision. If them they understand it, any at all, them don't understand, say, oh, them is not even part of the vision.
Right. The thing is, if you read the goals, I'm written, you know, one kind of language where it's a vague language.
So if you don't know about Agenda 21, and if you don't know about Maurice Strong's, and if you don't know about the Illuminati plan of New World Order, and how it correlates with Agenda 21 and Agenda 2030, and the things them hope to achieve.
Because if you even look at all of the different organizations and what them form, like Planned Parenthood, for example. Planned Parenthood, if you read the directives, it sounds like something good. You see me, but when you look at this, the origins, you see me, and the sinister plots behind it, then you realize, yo, really and truly, it's just put out a peaceful face, and the scripture tell you that.
Right.
You see me say, him come, him words were smooth and butter, but war was in it. So every agenda, every system when put up on the front of it, it look like something like a benefit mankind.
Right.
You see me, really and truly, it have sinister goals behind it, yo. You see me, so you read the UN 2030 agenda, you read goal 2, and goal 2 says to end world hunger. You see me?
How them are going to end it?
And how them are going to end it.
Okay. And that's what we're going to go into right now, because these men believe that they can farm, you know, to alleviate the food shortage that is coming.
Right.
Not knowing that the food shortage that is coming, it is engineered.
Right.
Yeah, and we're going to explain to you why it is engineered. Because what you need to understand, this is a current order that is set up. And the aim is to bring about a new world order. Now, in order to bring about that new world order, see, you'd have to point out how dysfunctional this order is, and the reason why we need to move on from this order to our next order. So that's what Agenda 2030 is about. Seeing is to show you a better way than the way how all systems operate today, according to them. You know what I mean? But the way that them say it is, which is a better way, it's not going to be favorable
for everybody.
For everybody.
Right.
And that's what we're going to explain as we go along. We just want to bring out the point about the food security part, and then we adjust that with the scriptures, and then we go into some of the details concerning Article 2. You know, Goal 2 in Agenda 2030. Go on, brother.
Right. Population, so I don't know. These people think there's no nice days ahead. It is a clever tactics to see, to test, like a man make a car, a man make a machine. He try to test it first to decide when or determine when it is proper to go out in distribution. The Illuminatis, I want to say, is what now I've done this year now to test and to observe the reaction of the world population.
Not just test and reaction. They already know the reaction, man. How people are gonna react, because they know that people gullible and gonna go along with what they are saying, and them have systems in place to make people go along. Like the emergency powers that basically is being exercised right now
in every country.
In every country, they have the media where them can run them psyop games. Right. You know what I mean? Them know to manipulate the mind. You know. So them already know what's going on. What they are doing now, they are implementing things. That's what they are doing now. You know, the scare what take place now is to get things implemented. You know what I mean? So it's just more than just a drill, man. This is not a drill. This is not a test. Go on, brother. A lot of drills already.
Priest Fagan has been the leader of the Haile Selassie School of Vision, or Rasta camp, for 23 years. He preached in Papine Square, St. Andrew for 14 of those years. He balances his spiritual life with pragmatic pursuits, such as farming. Like many who call the commune home, Priest Fagan feels a deep connection with Mother Nature. His followers, who are from all across the world, live a life that is simple. They grow their own food and spend time growing their spirituality.
My purpose on the farm, I'm a young minister, but the purpose on the farm mainly to farm land right way, you know, because many are going to come in time, you know, and one can give them food when they're forward, you know, so.
This is how short-sighted this group is right now. Yeah? This is very short-sighted, you know what I mean, concerning the time that is coming. Yeah? Now, we want to speak to the fact that 90% of what the region consume is imported.
Right, can bring out the article there?
Yeah.
Alright, this is from the Jamaica Observer. Right? And it was posted March 24, 2020. It said the Caribbean urged to develop strategies for food security amid COVID-19. Right? So I read go down. It said approximately 20 countries in the hemisphere are net importers of food. Right? Speaking about Latin America and the Caribbean. It said each year the Caribbean region alone draws a check for $6 billion to feed 44.5 million people. Right? It says Otero said, we must again reassess the role of family farmers who ironically, although pivotal in ensuring food sufficiency, are the adjustment variable in times of economic uncertainty. Yes, and so them already a talk about that.
But we're already in a crisis.
Right.
That's the thing. Already in a crisis. No, the thing is, while all these CARICOM nations are the nations in the region basically importing the majority of their foods, production must be low in their country in order to do so. You know what I mean? Because it's a delicate balance here. It's either you import it or you produce it. You know, but in this case they are importing it. So therefore there's not enough farming done in this country to feed the populace. So if you, in the time of crisis, happen to be a farmer farming, you know what I mean, and when the food shortage hit, you think you can control the bomb rush, because that's what, when them people are panic, I want food, yeah, you think, the thing say, okay, farm a nice little queue right here, so we're going to some yam and banana. No, brother. Yeah, first, them are going to burn the supermarket them down. Them are going to lick out the glass, tear it down, fight them one for the tooth in a mackerel left back. You know what I mean? And them all trample your farm. And if they're up there, them all put you to death just to get the food.
Plus, you know, what the article I go down in, which pretty much the UN goal promote, is that even if you say I got increase local farming, there are certain protocols and policies you have to put in place. So pretty much I got to take the control of the farm out of the local farmers. But really go down a little bit. It said those farmers supply close to 60% of the food demand in the hemisphere. This situation requires us to focus on policies that benefit these producers, emphasizing areas such as associativity, and it go down to say, but he warned that new generation of pests, which are them controlled, and diseases affecting men, women, children, crops and animals such as we say fusarium on bananas, locusts and African swine fever, create the need for sophisticated surveillance, agricultural quarantine services as a means of reinforcing the importance of health intelligence and prospective monitoring.
Which bordering down the line that regular farmers cannot angle farming. Now we can explain Agenda 2030 for all who do understand. Number one, see, you have a such thing we call urbanization, meaning they want to move everybody from the rural area to a more city or a more urban settings. That's why thus it's called urbanization. It's part of the Agenda 2030 goals. Reason being, seeing you have 5G technology. People talk about 5G, but they talk about it in the wrong way. The 5G technology and the surveillance grid and the Internet of Things, everything can be monitored into a city-like setting. So they need everybody who have property outside, you know what I mean, to give up their property and move into to a urban type state. Now, how them are going to do this? Some people say, oh, this is impossible, this can't happen. First thing first, there are such thing as deforestation, wildlife sanctuary, or wildlife reserve, you know, fishing sanctuary, you know, heritage site, you know, all different type of terminology that the UN basically put out there to protect certain zone. You know what I mean? So certain zone, seeing under them reserve and the sanctuary and all them things there, you basically under those laws concerning those areas, seeing I have to move from which part you live and go and relocate, man. Relocation. That's what them plan basically for the new system that are coming. Right. So
either them develop rural areas to make it more urban,
yes,
or move you from certain places what them call protected zones.
That is the goal. In regards to farming, you know what I mean, what they are doing now, just like what them do with the virus thing now, and how efficient governments angle it, you know what I mean, it's like the UN will say, I told you so. If I do it in a different way, them do it in a way that the systems exist, set up to fail, that them can say, oh, would they tell you so? Would they want to go that way from a long time, but who know they want to do their own thing? It's the same thing with farming. And I say, okay, look, we think it best for the governments basically, or what you call it now, the state angle production of food.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because them have the resources to do so. So the systems are set up now, it's set up to fail. When the regular farming set up for fail. You know what I mean? That's them can say, oh, see that the regular farming it never did a workout to feed everybody. Because see what we have now, we have a crisis where everybody are dead for hungry, and we have violence to come out of it and all that, because people get put to death in them field and all them type of something there. You know what I mean? Field get raided and them things. So that the first way never works. So we have to come up with a new way how it can work, where the state are going to angle farming. You're not going to be allowed. Certain places are going to be off limits, like the mountains and them things will be off limits. So these men, you see, standing on mountains, say them farming, you know what I mean? You at some point in time, you cannot be there.
Right, because if you look at it, you know, in times of crisis, the government now got allow a regular man to control the food security.
And being off the grid.
Yeah, and being off the grid, isn't it? if say for example, alright, so make follow for them suggestion. Say small farming or local farming are gonna be the savior for it. The government now gonna put such a important resource in the hands of regular people. Them are gonna control it, just like right now in the UK the conversations are being had, seeing to start food rationing. You see me? And now the police are start to consider to search people trolley to make sure them buy essential things and them not overbuy. And it coming down to the point where them will come on your house to see if you're owed food and take the amount from you what them things say you shouldn't have. Right. You know what I mean? So this is sufficient for the family, but we're gonna take the rest and we're gonna ration the rest. Right. That's what emergency powers bring in place. So if them are gonna do that for regular supermarket food, you don't think them are gonna want to control your farm, your farming, yo? Because that's a source of food. Them not gonna have a regular man up there. Yeah. You see me? Them are gonna move and you being off the grid, you don't know what you can do when time we want to shut down everybody to make sure that everybody in order. Think them no, you can't do that, brother. You can't do that. It's not gonna work, man. It's not gonna work. And stay off the grid, they shouldn't do the interview. Yeah, the interview itself, you know what I mean, throw off the whole thing. Yes, the very fact you make everybody know which part you know, where you are, which part you farm they know, so them can read the farm. What the young youth I say, or the interview a while ago, I say, yo, we want to have enough so that when people come, we can just give it to them. No, like people are come peacefully to you. No, that's how people are come for your food, brother. I'm gonna fuck read the first precept, brother. You see, as a man claiming believing in the Bible, you should read them precepts and understand that, look, man, the Lord set up the thing there, that there's no escape, man. You know what I mean? There's no way to escape. You can't prepare, you can't prep your way out of what is coming, man. Right. You cannot prep it. Yeah? All bases are covered, man. Read a precept for me, brother. This is Ezekiel 7 verse 15. Right. The sword is without, and the pestilence and the famine within. Right. So the pestilence and the famine within. The sword is without. Because we are the coronavirus mostly there right now. It mostly in the built up areas, the cities. You know what I mean? And the same cities, there is where the food shortages are going to take place first. You know what I mean?
Because it's hard to feed so much people living in a certain area, because them people are basically them rely on food from where they're coming from the farm, like how people farm up like a country area and then put it on a truck and then carry a town. You know what I mean? And ships coming in bringing in food. You know what I mean? So them totally dependent in every way, you know. Them not have them own farm, you know what I mean? And them not have not farm of a production that take place here when it come on to food to sustain a city in Jamaica right now. Exactly. You know what I mean? So the scripture say, oh, this the pestilence and the famine is within, and the sword is without. The sword is without. And we're gonna explain why that gonna happen. One brother?
So he that is in the field shall die with the sword.
He that is in the field shall die with the sword. Why? Because your field is gonna be raided, man. Because the man them in the city, what? Them hungry. And them are gonna find themselves which part of your food there for raid it, man. And you just give up.
You say, and he that is in the city, famine and pestilence shall devour him.
Right, so them one living in the city, famine and pestilence are going to devour them. You know what I mean? Them no more get shut down certain ways. Some people can't move. You know, certain places in the city you can't move. You know? Because that's the place where them basically are try shut down. You know? But anyway, seeing it goes to show that if you have a little farm somewhere in a bush somewhere, somebody will find it. You know?
Exactly.
And it's one peaceful thing. I gotta take place. Some man will come kill you for your things them up on your ground.
Right. You know? This is 2nd Ezra 15. Right, I'm gonna read from verse 16. It said verse 19. It said, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods for the lack of bread and for great tribulation.
Right, some man are gonna do that in the city. Seeing it gonna move from the city
to the farm.
Yeah, some man are gonna break in your house. Think you have food we are hoard up and stack up, you know, for the crisis where basically I come. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna realize say, yo, not now go on for the house, I read all the house in that area already, and we know so not go on. So yo, we're gonna hit that bush now, we see if we see no man have them grown plant somewhere. You know what I mean? Right. Let's set up go.
This is the prophecy, we're gonna read it.
Go on.
Right, it said this is 2nd Ezra 16 verse 40. This is specifically for you men who are farm up there, say yo. Right, it said, oh my people, hear my word, make you ready to the battle, and in those evils be as pilgrims. Right. Upon the earth, he that sell it, let him be as he that fleeth away, and he that buy it as one that will lose. He that occupy merchandise as he that had no profit buy it. He that build it as he that shall not dwell therein. He that sow it as if he should not reap.
Hey, because you're gonna lose your houses, man. You're gonna lose your houses, you're gonna lose your farm. You're gonna lose your houses, you're gonna lose your life, you're gonna lose your loved ones. Yeah, you have a lot of things to lose, man, in the time that to come.
He says, so also he that planted the vineyard, as he that shall not gather the grapes. They that marry, as they that shall get no children, and they that marry not, as the widows. And therefore they that labor in vain. And this is the point. This is where the UN come in. It says, for strangers shall reap their fruits. Right. The government officials gonna come in and take control of the farms, yo. Take control of the food supply. To ensure what? Food security.
That's what it's about. It's an emergency thing, you know. And when it deal with the emergency, it don't left in the hands of the people. And that you need to realize. You know what I mean? It all left in the hands of the powers that be. Because them are said them is the one who can deal with it more efficiently and more orderly. That is the excuse.
Yeah. So for strangers shall reap their fruits, spoil their goods, overthrow their houses, and take their children captive. Why? We're going to test you. Hey, your kids have coronavirus.
You have corona. You have this virus.
We need to take you to a quarantine center.
Quarantine area.
Right. We see it already being spoken about. The UN already suggest from last week do a testing.
Hey, you people don't understand what you don't understand the nightmare that is coming, man.
Right.
You know? Look, we are telling directly what is coming, man. Yesterday, man, I prophesied we are telling detail by detail what is coming, man.
Right.
From the scriptures, yeah.
He said, and take their children captive, for in captivity and famine shall they get children. And though they occupy their merchandise with robbery, the more they debt their cities, their houses, their possession, and their own persons, the more will I be angry with them for their sins, saith the Lord. Because the Lord is the one bringing this judgment.
The Lord is bringing it, man.
Right.
That's the Lord give you a way to escape, and you're not working with that escape. No.
Nope. You want your own thing.
Your own thing.
Right.
You know what I mean?
See.
So this will get you.
Alright, we don't look further to verse verse 68, it said, for behold, the burning wrath of a great multitude is kindled over you.
Yeah, that's the so-called white man, yeah.
Right.
See?
On the agenda,
hey,
yo.
Look, COVID-19, it is reported that certain places in America, 70% of the death is African American, man. 70% of those who are dying is African American. Let me tell you this, man. You don't know the devil. Yeah? And a lot of you people have to learn, seeing when it's too late. Because my thing is, you know what I mean? That's my opinion. My opinion is niggas be going to these hospitals and these places to get tested because of some form of complication. They want to catch a regular flu, you know what I mean? Your asthma may act up, or, you know, some little something going on where they go, you know, things say, yo, I'm going to do a test to see if I have COVID-19 the next morning and end up dead. What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? See? Because them can give you anything. Them can give you something, kill your ass. Them can stick you with a needle, kill your ass. Oh, Corona kill this one. We can give a testimony to that. My uncle basically, him end up, my grand
him catch a cough every year pretty much this time.
Yeah, catch a cough every year. And this year, him catching cough this year. And him going this time. And him ass turn up dead.
Right, very next day after him go to the hospital.
The very next day after him go to the hospital, him turn up dead, man.
Right. Saying that it's the coronavirus.
Saying coronavirus kill him. Seeing so Esau is doing some shit there, man. You know what I mean? But niggas trust this man. Right. You know, the scripture said never trust thine enemy. You running, but me do one corona test. Right. Yeah, and that's why it's so scary. The reason you niggas don't know. You see what the UN chief said the other day. The World Health Organization, what I think the chief
Director General.
Yeah, what him said the other day about house test. That is a scary shit, man.
Right, because basically, you know, people have the conversation now about when economies are going to open up, when social distancing are going to end. And every expert has said the same thing. When we've done mass testing.
Mass testing. And that cannot be trusted, man, because a lot of people who them say have coronavirus never even have a symptom or nothing.
Right.
Because some of this thing they call asymptomatic.
Right.
You know what I mean? So them cannot take you out of your house.
It's a carrier.
You cannot stick out of the house with no evidence.
Because you can't read the test.
You know what I mean?
You can't tell them, say, all right, even if you are a health expert, you see me, them tell us, say, yo, we don't know much about the virus, you just know if you identify it.
Them cannot simply take you out of your house, carry go one place, the next week you hear say, oh, you know, say I'm dead though from corona though. Yeah, you know what I mean? The thing is serious, man. Them going to want you to make up the numbers, man. You know what I mean? So it's serious for a man come to your house, you don't have no option more than to go with them. You know what I mean? And you don't know what they're going to do with you, man. Well, the scripture tells you, yo, they're going to take away certain of you, man, and feed you being idols with things offered unto idols. You know what I mean? And scripture say, yo, somebody going to be put in prison, man. Right. Yeah? And that's what the so-called white man going to do him thing. He's going to come and he's going to take you. You know what I mean? And you're going to hear about you. Right.
Hey, yeah? I'll read up a little bit more, just so them understand why this whole thing happened. So from verse 66, it said, what will you do? Right, speaking with you people have all these other options to escape. What will you do? Right? How will you hide your sins before Yahweh and his angels? Behold, Yahweh himself is a judge, fear him. Leave off from your sins and forget your iniquities, to meddle no more with them forever. So shall Yahweh lead you forth and deliver you from all trouble. Right. That's your way out.
That's your way out.
Right. It said, for behold, the burning wrath of a great multitude is kindled over you, and they shall take away certain of you and feed you, being idle with things offered than the idols.
Offered unto idols.
Right, the one that we don't protect, the one that we don't dwell under the shadow of the Almighty, yo. We don't fear the Most High.
Let's highlight a point again to say, you're going to take away certain of you. Take you from what? The scripture, one of the scriptures says, I'm going to take you from your houses, man.
Same precept.
You know what I mean? Go on, brother.
Right. It said, and they that consent unto them shall be had in derision, and in reproach and shodden on the foot. For there shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection upon them that fear the Lord. They shall be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord. For they shall take away their goods, waste and take away their goods, and cast them out of their houses.
Right, you're going to be taken out of your house, man.
Your goods taken away.
And you're going to be taken out of your house, man. You people don't understand.
In the name of properly monitoring you, in the name of quarantining and public safety, public health, food security, all these.
And the environment too, because,
and the environment,
this is the reason why, this is what urbanization is about, is to basically use environmental factors, you know what I mean, and global warming and all them things there for relocate people. People buy up them land and things and make them pretty house and things say, yo, they want us there something. No! And I say it all go. That is not the plan. You know what I mean? That's not the plan, man.
Right.
You have a plan we call Agenda 2030, man, and trust me, yo, look, a lot of own Jamaica maybe, yo, them maybe have you on the list for continue for a long while. A lot of you gonna die. You know what I mean?
Hey, so the next article here, it was recently, right? I think this was yesterday. Right, or even before yesterday. Say US dairy farmers dump milk as pandemic opens.
Right, so this famine that is coming, and this food shortages that is coming, it is engineered, man.
Right.
It is engineered. You know what I mean? As we said before, these men plan is to show that the current systems is not efficient enough and will fail. You know what I mean? That's them can offer a better solution. That is their thing. The order out of chaos. The problem, reaction, solution. The problem now is the current order. And the way all the things them set to operate in the current order, them at flaws. That's what they're gonna show you. They're gonna show you say how the way farming is done today have a major flaw. And the best way to do farming is to take it out of the hands of the regular man and put it in a more orderly fashion where the state are responsible for the food security, man.
And I think that alone, you know, even the healthcare system,
healthcare, all of that.
You have only for news article, news report, news presenter, I say the same thing. So yo, America fail because of the systems where America have in place. You see me? That them keep on, I said that the conversation where I get repeated over and over. The system is flawed. You see me? Therefore, this is why the whole world has suffered under the coronavirus thing, because them could have do a better response, better system should have been in place. You see me? And that the
what a better identification system for ID the people.
And the same thing the government's out here. If we had a national identification system in place,
this wouldn't happen.
This wouldn't happen. It would be easier to identify people, that easier to give them funds and all them things there. So that what they might do is use the crisis as a way to point out the flaws, you see me, and then offer you the solution, and you are gonna beg for the solution. Because right now you have people, we have begged the government to lock down the country. We have begged the government to implement them.
Wait till the starvation chip in. You know what I mean? When all the other ways where people they think so you could have do to prevent yourself from starvation, when all of that fail, you know what I mean? When whatsoever the new solution or come be, people gonna accept that wholeheartedly, man. See? That's the type of psyop game these men play on the planet, man. You know what I mean? This man is a master of psychology, man. You know what I mean?
Alright, this is from futurity.com, April 10th, so this is today. COVID-19 could put long-lasting strain on farmers. Right, it's a US farmers are finding many challenges due to the COVID-19 outbreak. There's considerable uncertainty around corn and soybean crops which are being planted.
Hey, we can't leave this thing in our phone hands, cause watch it. We not feel. You know? We not feel. We need a better way of do the supply chain thing. You know what I mean?
See, so the whole thing I tell you the same thing.
A more secure way to do the thing. Yeah?
See, because right now one of the biggest problems why even the farmer them feel is because this is our system set up. The farmer them farm and them ship them produce to the retail system. So you go to the supermarkets, to the hotels, and rarely them go straight to the supermarkets. You go to the retail industry first before you go to the supermarkets. So now that the retail industry pretty much shut down, you see me? Restaurants shut down, tourism shut down. Now the farmer them not have nobody to directly buy them goods. And it's not even hard, it's impossible for them package them goods where them can sell it directly to the supermarkets. So that's the problem now, you know. So even though you may have produce, you don't have a direct buyer.
Supply chain breakdown, eh?
Supply chain breakdown. So you know the man say now, there was a problem with the supply chain. We need to change it. You see me? And the whole thing, them sure the whole thing engineered here. Because even though there's food, the food are going to go to waste because the whole system was supposed to move the food from point A to point B breakdown.
Was a failure.
was a failure. That's it.
That's all.
You see me?
And that's what they're gonna do to every single aspect of your life, man. Everything that is happening now, they're gonna point it out as a failure.
Right.
You know what I mean? And they're gonna say, oh look, this is the better way how it should be done. And trust me, cause man is gonna end up poverty, you know.
Yeah,
man is
that's a goal one.
Poverty.
That's a goal one. How do you end poverty? Kill the poor.
Okay, good. in short. You know what I mean?
No more poverty. Right? This is Lamentation 4 verse 9. It said, they that be slain with the sword are better than they that be slain with hunger.
Right.
For these pine away is stricken too for want of the fruits of the field.
Right.
The hands of the pitiful women have sodden their own children. They were their meat in the destruction of the daughter of my people.
Right. And hey, the Lord tell us, yo, the time will come I go worse than all them other times, man.
Right. Can.
So, no, yo, them people, them can't even fast one day. You can't even fast one day. Look, we have got days without food, man.
Right, weeks.
Days and weeks without food. You think the Most High playing, man?
Worse than 7 to 8
You think the Most High playing, and the Most High gonna make sure say everybody face this which is coming, man. Either the sword, I'm gonna put you to death, or the hunger, and the hunger is the worst one according to the scriptures, man.
Right.
Because they want longer, painful process, man. Yeah, a lot of people gonna commit suicide. You know what I mean?
People already are doing it. Videos are circulating.
You know what I mean?
You see me? If they are recent videos, because you know you can't really trust everything on social media, but you see videos circulating of men jumping off buildings, yo. You see me? Allegedly, it's because them starving in quarantine, and you know.
We don't know what time we ever go on the road and don't warn people about the famine that is coming, man, and breaking it down to you.
Here is it coming.
You know what I mean?
Here is it coming.
Yeah, man, we're 100% sure that this is coming, man. 100% sure. The Lord give us that insight into what's going on, man. Seeing by the Spirit. Well, with that we say, Kalalali, our Bashimi Washai, Bashim Raka Kodash, double honors to the apostles of great millstone. Shalom to the brothers out there, keep pushing this truth. We're almost out of here, man.
Alright, Shalom.
Shalom.